When a man noticed something strange in the blueprints of his new home, he immediately started digging. In a perfect world, potential home buyers would always be able to try before they buy. Unfortunately, that's not always a very realistic option. As a result, plenty of new homeowners are then met with several unwelcome surprises shortly after moving into their brand new living space of choice. However, on rare occasions, those unexpected surprises can turn out to be something amazing. That's exactly what happened to one particular homeowner while inspecting the blueprints of his newly acquired house one day. He immediately noticed something peculiar on the map, but nothing could have prepared him for what he was about to discover. When John Sims of Tucson, Arizona, decided to examine the blueprints of the new home that he had just purchased back in 2015, he was surprised to find that something strange was unexpectedly hidden on his property. The blueprints revealed that there was an entirely extra room hidden somewhere inside of his house. So, naturally, John immediately grabbed a shovel and hurried toward the spot that was indicated on the map. The house was quite old, dating all the way back to the 1960s, so it's a wonder that John was not only able to find these blueprints, but also that he was able to even read them. After preparing himself for the excavation, John at first dug up nothing but normal old dirt. Unsure about how far he would have to dig in order to find something, he continued his work until finally, his steel shovel head made contact with something made of metal. But what could he have found? After some more hard digging and some careful examination, John eventually determined that he had finally hit the entrance to the mysterious room that was listed on his blueprints. After surveying the area and with the help of some friends, John then peeled off the giant lid of the structure and slowly peered down into it. He soon realized that he had discovered the entrance to a real-life fallout shelter. Excited as he was, he also felt a bit nervous about what could possibly be lurking inside after all this time. John looked down into the dark spiral staircase, which led into another room that was off to one side. He observed several pieces of sharp metal debris and plenty of dirt strewn about. Slowly and carefully, John made his way down the staircase, which could have potentially given way under the weight of his footsteps at any time. There were many different items left behind in the forgotten space. John quickly found several cans of emergency drinking water and also a very large supply of edible wafers, indicating that whoever planned to hide out in this shelter was definitely in it for the long haul. After more careful inspection, John then decided that it was high time to tidy the place up. It took a massive effort to remove all of the dirt and debris, with an assembly line of volunteer workers scooping out buckets of rubble one by one to the surface. Even with such grueling work to be done, they all knew that it would eventually be worth it. After several hours of repeating this process, the shelter was already beginning to take on a whole new shape. It was much bigger than John had originally anticipated now that he could see all of the room's true dimensions more clearly. The old and dangerous stairway was then removed from the wall and replaced with a sturdy and freshly painted set of stairs assembled in the same spiral fashion. Finally, it was time to fully overhaul the shelter's outdated old entrance. It called for a much more appealing doorway than what it currently offered. After seeing the final product, it's hard to argue that John and his friends didn't do a tremendous job at turning this old hole in the ground into a shockingly livable space. Now, the only thing left to decide is what exactly John should do with the shelter. Maybe turn it into the ultimate man cave? Maybe a secretly placed cocktail lounge? Only time will tell. Thank you for watching this fantastic story. Please tap one of the 2 videos on your screen for another amazing wonder stories.